Hello and welcome to Devstream number 73, live from Copenhagen. I'm Reto.Kraken and with me is Reto.Stenum.
Hello guys.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I can. My name is Reto.Stenum. I'm the backend server programmer. I deal with everything that from the logon screen to the strategy game and communication with the war server and stuff like that. Action game, sorry. So I'm the guy with the matchmaker that you've been hearing about.
Don't hate him.
No,
he's doing everything he can.
Yeah.
So today's topics are the news and the new squads updates, which we brought out this week. We're gonna have Q&A from the forum, an exciting sneak peek, and of course the giveaway at a random moment. So what's new? We found a name for the e-update, which we talked about on the forum, as always, and it's gonna be Forrest Eugene Everhart.
Eugene Everhart.
Forrest Eugene Everhart.
Mm-hmm.
He was a US soldier who received the Medal of Honor for a battle where he defended his last machine gun position while being in attack of Germans who were way superior in numbers, and he defended it with running back and forth through 400 meters of forest alone, which was under mortar, what's it called, like fire, and he had some hand grenade duels with Germans, which left over 50 dead, and they made it. They defended against the horde of Germans, and they made it all out alive. Not all of them probably, but he made it out alive.
He made it out alive, yeah.
So
cool guy.
Badass.
War hero, yeah,
Badass.
Definitely, yeah.
So good choice.
Good choice, yeah.
And you probably all wondered why it's actually me sitting here and not Gargamel, like for 3 weeks now. And he's fighting with a mass of support tickets and he really has to concentrate on that. I know you miss him, but for the time being, you have to kind of live with me and
you're
other
stuck with
people.
her. Sorry guys.
Maybe not always, but yes.
For the time being at least.
For the time being, but I'm sure Gargamel is coming back at some point. So let's talk a bit about what we did this week.
Mm-hmm.
The squad update.
Yeah.
Let's start with the personal squad setup. So now when you can actually create your own squad without having other members invited. But to get that out as fast as possible, we had to kind of sneak it into in a very, very not obvious way for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a workaround.
It's basically a workaround, yeah. So what you have to do is you have to press...
You have to enter the matchmaker.
Yeah.
And while the matchmaker is running, you have the option to customize your squad. If hopefully the matchmaker finds a battle for you fast, afterwards you have 30 seconds if you're appointed the squad leader. Then you have 30 seconds to customize your squad while waiting for the battle to load, the mission to load, which is also a nice way to look at the setup of the mission you've entered, see what the enemy has going for it, and picking your auxiliary
seats.
Yeah,
so you can for one part choose your setup without having members invited.
Yeah. And
if you're appointed squad leader, which is now the highest rank.
The highest ranking, yeah. If you're matched with other solo queuers.
And you're gonna be the highest rank, so your setup is used.
Exactly.
If you're not the highest rank, other people's setups are used. But you have a chance to get your squad inside your setup for the squad. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, you have a squad, you set it up, you go into battle. What Stenum just explained. And you see, oh god, the resources are not there. Or, oh my god, they have too many tankers. So you can actually switch your setup to tank auxiliary seats instead of paratroopers. So you can react to whatever's coming.
Yeah. Which is a nice feature.
Which is a good feature, and also that is a direct reaction to your feedback we actually received. So what else? You can actually toggle your vehicle weapon. So your gunner seat is now not only open for your squad, but you can choose to have it open for the whole team.
Yeah.
And close it again.
It's hidden in under key number 4, which is the fastest we could put it in. And it's based on feedback from you guys. We wanted you to be able to lock your gun to the squad members only, because we've heard about some people misusing the auxiliary machine guns on tanks, for example, and giving away your position while you're driving around covertly. But it's a nice idea to have it toggleable, so you can actually have the whole team firing.
It's a good compromise, I think.
It is.
Because you can't really make something the completely right way, because it's always open to abuse from the side that you close it off for everybody, which is.
But
really
I guess the majority of the players they don't just fire away. They actually wait for someone to shoot. And I think we realized that maybe we just took away a nice feature just because we were scared that some people would abuse it. So it's back. It's you can toggle it on and off, and it's a nice way to do it.
It gives you the power to do what you would like.
Exactly.
Also, the squad XP bonus increased from 5 to 10%.
Yeah.
Squad bonus is not the veteran bonus. I heard some confusion about that people thought, oh, but it's the 5% that is mentioned in the.
You still contribute 5% to each member that's not a veteran, but it's the actual squad XP. That's
exactly. It's what you see popping up when you complete an order.
Yeah.
So squad bonus received. That would be 10%. You can also check that in the battle report afterwards. It's going to be 10%. What else? The highest rank chosen, that we did. And when an order mode in vehicles like tanks and planes, now the camera perspective has changed.
Yeah.
The camera is now an orbit perspective, which is especially important for plane fights, I think. When you want to give the command with Q, your camera toggles up behind your plane and the plane stays stable, and then you can have the overview. It's
easier to see what you're looking at. So it's a nice addition.
So it's a very small thing that kind of makes a difference for.
Yeah, we found out that the orders are actually given very much, and we hoped it would be used much. So it's all about making it easier for you guys to use, and I think that's a nice addition.
And also now when you had a defend order standing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completed, like the next control point is neutralized, it automatically changes to an attack order.
Yeah.
Which is also nice, because then the squad leader doesn't have to kind of give the order, which is a natural thing to do.
Yeah.
So it does that automatically.
Yeah, I've tried sometimes when in battle, it's hard when you're a squad leader to always follow, is it a defend, is it an attack order? And it's a bit more intelligent now, so you're given the bonus if the squad leader for some reason doesn't manage to change it. Mm-hmm. It does that automatically. So it's a nice fix.
This is another small but fix with a lot of impact, I think. It's
a minor annoyance when it doesn't work, and this is a nice fix.
It cuts some slack to the leaders.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now this is the right question for you to ask. To ask you, I guess. We also did something about the ping, because that was also a point of high complaints from you guys.
Yeah. Choosing a hosting center is it's not an easy problem to solve. Basically, we look at a mission, we look at the people who are queued up for a mission, and then we choose a hosting center. And it differs from stage battles to war battles to if you have a preferred mission that you want to play because you have an assault team in it. And I figured out that, because there's a difference between the players that are actually queuing up for the different types of missions, why didn't I just split people up into those groups as well? So right now, this new update First of all, it limits the max ping to 250. So there's no more joining action games in a battle with more than 250 ping, which is good because it's on the brink of being unplayable at 250 ping.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've split people up into people looking for staged missions and war missions, which, like if you're looking for staged and war, then I put you into 2 separate pools. And if I find a war mission for you, then I take a look at the pool that are all the players in the war mission. And then I decide a hosting center based on some factors that I won't go into detail with. But basically, it's more fair and it's more balanced towards the people actually in the matchmaker looking for those specific missions. And also one nice addition, I heard some complaints about people queuing up for specific missions.
Mm-hmm.
They often would end up in missions that had a lousy ping, and maybe all the players had a lousy ping. So now I try to weigh the people who are queuing for the mission and choose a hosting center that's the best hosting center for those people who are actually queuing for the mission, because they have stakes in the mission, they have the resources, they have something to fight for. So I thought it would be fair to weigh them higher than the average people in the matchmaker. So yeah, it's an ongoing thing. I'm gonna look at the data. I'm always looking at the data. If there's anything else I can tweak, I'll do it. It's a difficult problem, but I think we've got it down. Right now, I think it's okay. I'll always look at the numbers and data. So yeah, don't be afraid. We'll find an optimal solution.
This is also sometimes really complicated when you have a feature like that that changes the matchmaker. You first have to see how it actually works.
Yeah.
When such a big number of people are actually joining the mission, so you cannot always know.
No. When we set out to do a new matchmaker, we were like, we have to. One of the first things that we wanted to do was make it faster. We wanted to make it so it finds a battle faster, it starts battles faster. It's better to accommodate your wishes. And when you do that, maybe you miss out on some steps, and we did, and we've tried to make up for it. And I think it's on its way to become better.
I think everybody will be very happy to hear that. But it's also, when we see these problems, we recognize them and we react to them. Don't worry.
We don't want to make lousy missions for you guys. No, I promise.
We don't do that on purpose.
No.
So let's go to questions and answers. Mm-hmm. Last week we announced that we do this, and 2 weeks ago, the last Devstream, we announced that we would do a questions and answers, and we received overwhelming numbers of questions on the forum. And
mostly related to squad.
That was kind of the premise.
Yeah.
We chose a whole bunch, and we're gonna attempt to answer as many as possible now. So let's start. It's a very nice start actually, because the first 3 were somewhat addressed already. So another duck on the field asked us, allow randomly generated squads to be modded by squad leader. That's actually not a question, but
yeah.
So
it's valuable feedback anyways.
We did that.
Yeah. We like to do it so like you can modify your squad without being in the matchmaker, and we're gonna do that at one point. The workaround is working, but it's a workaround.
But it's a workaround. It's really not obvious. So, and Solo, that guy is he's repeatedly showing up everywhere. That's nice.
Good.
That's good.
Nice.
Can you give us the option to make the gunner seat available for everyone or only squad members? Your wish is our command. We did that.
Yeah. He also would like to know if we could add a kick button. The kick button is like, we don't want to punish people for entering your vehicle. We'd like the vehicles to be like a method of transport. So we're still thinking about the kick button. We're not going to do it right now, at least.
No. It is also, these things are, and we hope they are not necessary. We hope you can just communicate with each other if somebody is misbehaving. We hope that you can address that with communicating before you kick someone. It's that's the plan, at least.
Yeah, talk about your problems.
Yeah, we do that a lot. So in St. Katrina, increase the amount of players on a single server.
Yeah, we're actually looking into just that for several reasons. One is to see if there's anything to gain from having a larger amount of players in the game, just for the experience. It's not going to be 60 versus 60 as the matchmaker allowed for at one point. That was a bug. We're not going there, I'm afraid, right now at least. We are probably gonna experiment with raising that number at one point in the near future. It's gonna be maybe 3 or 4 players on each side, 6 more players in total, but that number can be tweaked, and we're gonna look into it. It has to be fun to play. It has to be, the servers have to be able to handle it,
to deal with it,
and the clients at least, because it puts stress on your computer as well if there's more players, and we want everybody to be able to play.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's.
But it's actually funny that a bug created something that you're now thinking of. Maybe that idea is not
I don't think that
bad.
60 versus 60 was very enjoyable, but at least the numbers were fun to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. That was a ninja commit. I'm not gonna do that again.
So, and solo again. If there is still place in a squad, why can't we join to a friend which is already in a match? That's an interesting question.
Yeah. One of the things we thought about when doing this whole squad thing is that we wanted to be transparent to the players, that if they can get in, they get in. If they don't get in, there's a reason for it. It's we'd like the matchmaker and the match, the battle, the mission to be handled by what is needed in the mission and not what wants to get in. So if you want to join your friend, then maybe that's not the best for the mission at that point. Maybe we want a pilot instead. Maybe we want a tanker. There are several reasons we don't choose you, and that it's a hard problem to communicate to a player why he's in queue waiting for some spot when he can see that there's actually room. That's why we haven't done it, but we're not totally reluctant. We might actually do this if we can find a way to communicate to the player that maybe he just has to wait for forever. Maybe there's room. We'll think about it. Let me put it that way. We'll think about it. It's not been dismissed yet.
I think it's also something, a way to play, to get used to. Not having the option to jump into missions, it just changes the way you organize yourself. So you see that a friend is online, ask him if he wants to be in squad. So it's just a different process to play together.
Yeah.
So, Strobinator actually has 2 questions. The first one is, the squad leader being unable to change soldiers within a type, infantry to infantry, without the squad breaking up. Was that a good thing this achieved that made it worth restricting player freedom? It's a very negative way, but yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that, well, it's actually we've gone and done something about it. If you're a squad leader and you change to another player, character that has the squad leader ability in the next update that's coming out, you can keep leading your squad, which is what we want. The reason we didn't do it from the start is that we want to let the player know that it's a character-centric game when you bring your squad leader into the game, your character that you've worked on and that's progressed and that's suddenly become a squad leader and a leader of men. We'd like that character to be the center, the pivot point of your match. That also means that if we were to allow you to switch to a different guy and run around being squad leader, it takes away some of that role-playing game. But we can see that it's a problem. We can see that you want to choose a different guy. You want to choose maybe a different loadout. And to handle that, we've decided that okay, you can be a squad leader with your second character as well, or your third character, as long as he has unlocked this squad leader ability. So we did it. We were a bit hesitant, but I think it is a good idea. But if you only have a squad leader cadet, you can't use him for orders.
Obviously,
so,
that was just an unintentional reveal he just did.
Yeah.
So yes, we work more on squad.
Yeah.
There is more coming.
There's more coming. Yeah.
So Strobinator 2, squad being unable to switch lines. So not only the squad leader, but also the squad members.
Yeah. Well,
why was that?
It's a hard. We want to keep the squad on the same line because the squad works together, which means that if you're able to switch lines as a squad member, you can just override whatever the squad leader said and just run in your own direction. That's not a great idea. We'd rather that you keep with your squad and the squad leader decides which access point or attack line he's using. But to accommodate some of the problems, we've decided that maybe the squad leader cadet should have the same ability as the squad leader.
Cool.
So in the next update, we're gonna do that as well.
He's doing it again.
Yeah. We're gonna allow you to switch lines if you're a squad leader cadet, but still as a squad member, you have to follow your leader. That's the way it is right now. So, yeah.
So look forward to further changes.
Yeah.
So a question by Kilo Wolf. My first game into Squad 2. It's 2 into Squad. My team loaded 10 infantry and 1 recon into the match, while the other team, the defending Soviets, loaded 11 tankers. The game started after about 5 minutes. The Soviets got their first 2 infantry to join the battle. These issues were supposed to be fixed. So what he's talking about is the 18 tanks versus infantry.
Yeah, it's a problem. We know we've tried to address it. It's not. It's in a fix coming up. It's not right. It's not there yet. The thing is that when we did the new matchmaker, we always assumed that infantry characters were in like 2 for what's it called? Like. We assumed that there would always be infantry characters in the matchmaker. We didn't even think that tankers were in abundance. So what we just assumed is that we can always like fill up the slots, and the infantry would take the majority of the slots, which is not a correct assumption. And we found that out. So we're working on doing a system that balances, like we have a balance in the war as well, where a mission has to have a certain number of infantry spawn slots to be able to start. We're doing the same with the matchmaker, so you have to have a certain combination where you need at least some percentage of infantry before a match can start.
Does that lead to longer waiting times in the queues?
It shouldn't. It probably will in some cases, but usually the flow of people into the matchmaker is high enough so that even if you have to wait one more tick, matchmaker tick, it shouldn't be that much of a difference, hopefully. But we'll see. We'll monitor it as well. But it's pretty important that we balance the setup of the missions. If we can see that there are resources enough to have each class represented, we need each class represented. At least infantry and the special types like tankers and
paratroopers,
and paratroopers.
whatnot.
But paratroopers are more or less infantry type.
That is cool.
But
Like
fighter pilots and tankers are special types in my world at least.
No.
So yeah, it's coming up. We're working on it, guys.
So Zarius is asking, can we have an option looking for squad and highlight players on friend lists to have this option selected so players can know who wants to squad up? Also notification for missed squad invites would be nice. I think that feature is very common in other games where you can kind of look for group.
Yeah, we discussed this. There are several different ways to solve this. We could create a squad matchmaker where you could just say, I'm looking for a squad, and it will find a squad for you. We could do looking for a squad icon that all your friends could see that, he's looking for an invite to a squad. We could also do a list of open squads that you could join, like a mission list just for squads. So there are different ways of doing it. I think the most interesting way would be to like create a random I'm looking for a squad option, and someone else can click I'm looking for a squad member option, and you would be and you would be paired together based on your rank, and you would hopefully get to know each other and have great matches from that. Yeah. So I think we're going to do that at one point. It's an interesting idea, and I think that could work very well.
Yeah, that was also, I mean, a lot of players don't only play when their friends are online, and they don't always want to have a random squad. So I think mixing up squads who kind of have the same rank, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
A lot of questions by Magic Mashi. So first, can you explain how a ping is set and we queue in a war battle?
Yeah.
When we queue in a war battle?
Yeah. If you queue for war battles in general, you're put into the matchmaker in the group that says people looking for war battles. So you're put into a pool of people. That pool of people has like a majority of people who are looking for matches in a certain hosting center. That majority of people decides the hosting center for the next war battle, basically. After waiting for some minutes, we start to open up your... mind you, this is only if you enter through the matchmaker. We start to open up the filters, so you maybe select, after 2 or 3 minutes, you select more and more hosting centers with a larger ping, a higher ping, which is, we know, a poorer experience, but it makes the waiting times lower.
So it is kind of an approximation of what is worse and what is better.
So if you waited for 7 minutes in the matchmaker, then we say, okay, fine, there are no battles going on in your area, so we're trying to find a hosting center with a max ping of 250. That's the max we go. No further. We went further in the first update, and we think that 250 is a good number. But hopefully you shouldn't wait that long. Hopefully you will find a battle within those first few minutes where the ping is low enough for you to enjoy. But there's always the possibility that you get into a bad ping mission. If you're looking for a specific mission, then you enter the as I explained in the start. You enter the match. You don't enter the matchmaker. You go into queue for that mission. After that, the waiting time is over and the mission starts. Then we look for the hosting center that has most people involved in it. Like the most people that are involved in the battle, we'll pick that hosting center. And hopefully it's a great hosting center for you. But possibly some people around the world want to play in their favorite hosting center. And they might just decide that it's their time to shine. And we have to select a hosting center. And I think we do it in a pretty fair way, as of now at least. So that's that.
That is also, it's not easy to explain what exactly happened. No. So
I could draw graphs and I could do...
I think we should maybe do that in a blog post sometime.
Probably, yeah. I'd love to go into details with you guys. I can explain exactly how it works, but yeah, that's a different time. But yeah, it's not a secret. I think it's a fair system, and I'm always willing to hear feedback. Please don't spam. Please don't spam. But yeah,
constructive.
Constructive.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Be constructive.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'm doing my best.
yeah.
We all are.
We'll all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, magic machine number 2. Can you implement a ping filter / warning? When we queue on a battle, we have no way of knowing what the ping will be prior to us entering the battle.
No.
So,
if you queue for a specific battle, I don't mind about you having a bad ping, because, and this is the big thing, I selected a hosting center that's most fair for the majority of people, which means that if you still want to play that mission, I don't want to take that away from you. You can either choose to play it with a bad ping, or you can, if you're unlucky. If you're lucky, or if you're in the majority of the people, then you would have a nice smooth ride. But I don't want to take that experience away from you. So if you're unsatisfied, you can always just leave the match.
Opt out.
Yeah, and opt out. But yeah, it would be nice to have a max ping setting in the Flash client, or in the client, where you can say, like, I don't want to play missions with pings above 150, for example. But that's another.
That would also make the job even harder, because I think who wouldn't actually opt for that?
Yeah.
Waiting times are, of course, longer.
It means that your waiting times are going to go up.
Yeah.
And as long as you know that, maybe that's your choice. But yeah, I've played missions. I'll say I've played missions with 200 ping. That was not as enjoyable, but it's definitely possible.
It's playable.
It's playable. Yeah.
So, magic machine number 3. Can you please add a free auxiliary infantry spot to all non-infantry squads? If matches were the heavy tanks versus light tanks, or fighter planes against lonely paras, there's no point in forcing the player to spawn. I've been in games where there's one armor AT against infantry. You can't leave our tanks and carry on as infantry.
Yeah. This is a problem that I think we've addressed with giving away the large boosters, the Uber boosters. What are they called?
Mega boosters.
Mega boosters.
Mega boosters.
Mega booster.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we saw that we didn't give you any free squad leader points or squad member points, and which was a problem in the beginning. I hope that you've been able to upgrade your squads with at least one auxiliary seat by now. If not, please go grind, because it's so much more fun if you can customize your squad. Yeah, it's a whole different experience, in my opinion, at least. So we're not going to do a free seat. We hope that you guys can see that you need an infantry seat if you're playing as a tank squad.
But as soon as you're ranked up onto a certain rank on your squad leader or squad member, but you have enough to always have one infantry with you anyways. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like a default configuration for armored squads.
Yeah, because also when you start a match, if you're a squad leader, you enter the matchmaker, we actually remember your last setting. So if you get in and you're a squad leader, you have that free auxiliary seat. Well, free, you've customized it.
Well, if you don't use it, you don't use your points. So it's, I mean...
Go use your points.
Go use your points. Actually, I got something here from Robotron. Mm-hmm. It's a question, but first I will read this comment from Ricky, 99. This younger version of Red Bjarne is also not bad. He can explain things quite clearly.
Thank you.
They like you.
Yeah, thank
you. Everything's fine.
Great.
So, and the question, that one must be a hard one, is from Stephen Hawking.
Oh shit.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Don't be nervous.
Is it something science related, or?
I don't know yet. I haven't read it yet. And
I'm an engineer.
I'm not going to try to read in his voice.
Make the computer.
Heroes and generals, can you increase minimum amount of players before a match kicks off? 2. It is not very fun when a match starts with 3 versus 2 people, as I've seen in staged, or just 4 or 5 on each side in war.
Okay. Yeah, that's a number that we can tweak. I've actually talked with one of our QA guys who suggested the exact same thing, at least for skirmish missions, because they have a tendency to launch with not too many people. I think it's something we need to experiment with. We need to have a discussion and see if we can do that. I already try when I start a new match. The first thing that I do is try to fill it up. If that doesn't work, then we have the minimum required to start. But we can tweak that number. We can actually do it on the fly. We can experiment with it. Yeah, I think we'll probably tweak those numbers a bit. We'd rather have full battles and less than a lot of half-empty battles.
Half-empty battles, yeah. So let's go.
That said, when I start a mission with a few players, it's because there aren't any other missions you can enter. Maybe you should just wait a bit more. That's up for the matchmaker to decide, i.e. me. But
he actually handpicks every single battle. He sits in front of computer 24/7 and actually handpicks everyone.
I'm knitting, looking at the screen and deciding.
That's how I work. He's like the evil overlord, puppeteer kind of guy. Phalanx, shall I say Phalanx lead or Phalanx 1337?
Elite, right? Okay.
Yeah. Having seen this in action more, the squad leader orders are little bubbles. We're getting situations like in one game tonight, 12 people on a defend game, all camping on the same line. Why? Because I presume the squad leaders had sent the orders to an attack point without knowing where the others had sent theirs. So my question is, will there be a system in place for squad leaders to either A, communicate, B, see other leaders' orders? Can't you do that already?
You can that already. Yeah. The thing is, if you hold down your orders button and you look around at the Q, and you look around at the control points or the capture points, then you can see where other squad leaders have placed their attack and defend orders. But that being said, it would be fun, wouldn't it, to have a chat with all the squad leaders? Maybe even the generals could participate.
That would be great, I think.
You're right. We need more tanks and stuff like that.
That would be great.
That's an awesome idea. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
That's something we'd like to try at one point.
I think that's also a kind of a hint. Voice chat, hint, we need more communications.
Yeah.
Or yes, it's true when you give your orders that it's not very obvious.
No, it's not.
It's rather small and hidden.
Yeah, I'll punch the right guy in the face to make that larger.
He actually does that. Evil puppeteer.
Yeah. No, we maybe we could do that more obvious, but it's there. You have to look for it, but it's there.
Shall we go? What's the time? Shall we go one more, maybe two, and then do the magic sneak peek?
Oh yeah. Nice.
Okay, let's do. You can start up, and I do just one more. The Phalanx Elite again. Will there be a system for defending generals to block things like tanks being used when the enemy has no tanks themselves?
Yeah. Not really.
No.
Well.
That's rather for the matchmaker to actually match up.
Yeah, but
the right unit.
We're not a balanced game when it comes to war missions. If you send in tanks and the enemy doesn't have tanks, then you have an advantage. We're not. It's up for the generals to if they have tanks and they're defending, they have the option to retreat if they don't want their tanks to be destroyed by people not using them against other tanks. We don't want to lock. We have to decide when the mission starts what's in the mission, what people can get into the mission. We're not gonna. I don't think we're gonna allow generals to lock down their assault teams and say they're not gonna participate in this battle. They can retreat before the match starts, but I think that's as far as we'll go.
Yeah. And here's also one Cannibal Planet. Oh, it sucks. So much waiting. 5 minutes to get into a battle, to have it end 10 seconds later. That's the ongoing missions, I think.
Yeah, we have a system in place where we don't allow people to enter if the match is coming to an end. Maybe that has to be tweaked. I don't know. It sure sounds like it.
Yeah.
I'd need some examples before I can tell you what went wrong. But it's clearly not the idea that you get into matches where everything is like coming to an end.
Maybe you can open a constructive feedback topic on the forum, Cannibal Planet. I'm talking to you, and just tell us how much it exactly happens. Maybe if it happens to others, but we can work with things that explain the situations and are constructive to us. Then we can also react and. Yeah. He knows actually what's going on and what we have to look for exactly.
Yeah, if I can get a timestamp or a mission ID or something like that, I can look into it. Yeah. No problem. Yeah.
And now let's look at. It's still loading.
It's still loading.
It's still loading.
One more.
One more. Shall we go for Blaine?
Oh yeah, Blaine.
Blaine. It's loading. Blaine, UK?
Well, we've actually answered that. The thoughts about the
allowing solar bear. Oh yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
There's also a smiley behind it. So and now you can go.
Brilliant.
Now, would you look at this?
These guys.
What did you do?
Not playing with invert mouse. It's the only way. Certainly the only way. So if I look here, like there are the orders, can you see? It's like orders infantry squad 1 has put an attack point on there. So everybody else would be...
but it's small.
It's small? No, it's okay.
I don't think if you're in the middle of a... In the middle of a battle, you're just clicking. You're seeing attack and you're just clicking. So...
Want to do the introduction? Or maybe we can let you guys...
What is it? Who guesses it first? No, we can't. I actually can't.
We can...
I don't even have the chat open.
So, there's the topic started by Afonso QQ.
Afonso QQ. Yeah. We showed it later, I think.
Okay.
Let's just show it and see the reactions.
Cool. So,
what is this?
How about this?
How about this? These are our new infantry vehicles. At least the Soviet one. It's the GAZ AAA Cargo truck, which is part of our new infantry vehicles coming out in the new update. I think we should start on giving some information. I hope you can hear the nice sound. And as you can see, there's the driver. There's loads of space in the vehicle for soldiers, and they are hidden, which is a super cool feature, I think, because it's open for bluffs. Like, nobody knows when you come on if there are 9 soldiers, because that's as many as they fit in, or like 3 in the truck, which is cool, I think. The enemy never knows how many there are coming. Every faction will get one. Don't freak out. This is just the Soviet one we're showing now.
This is the Soviet GAZ.
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 AAA Cargo. Unfortunately, I don't know how to say any of this in decent Russian.
No, me neither.
No, that's what Gargamel can do best. So what are they good for? They're good for getting as many soldiers as possible to the next control point fast.
They're fast?
Well.
Faster?
They're faster. They're decent,
faster than running,
fast.
faster than biking.
Faster than running, faster than biking.
Yeah.
And more effective because space for loads of soldiers. They unlock at chauffeur ribbon rank 2, so you also get them really quickly. They're kind of the before half track.
Sweet.
Sweet.
It looks really cool. Wow.
And they kind of work like APCs.
Mobile spawn points.
Mobile spawn points, right. Like, they have a place for one
supply crate.
That's what I wanted to say. One supply crate.
Yeah.
And as I said, 9 soldiers. There's of course no gun on them, and they're not armored. So you should take care who's taking aim at you. But as I said, the cool way to early unlock transportation for a lot of soldiers. Would you mind to show another one?
Sure.
Headless soldier.
Headless soldier.
Oh, and of course, I
I
forgot. This is a graphics build. This is a very early version. Nothing is like thoroughly tested here. So if you see some glitch, it will be better when it comes out.
It will be fixed.
It's really like a very exclusive, very early sneak peek.
So this is the CCKW Jimmy.
The Jimmy, the US faction truck, which looks
so
amazing.
Yeah, it's like an angry ram.
It's a very angry ram.
Yeah.
Like,
Also supply
one supply crate. It's the same for 3 factions.
Yeah.
It's completely balanced.
Wow.
They can do the same things.
Do they drive exactly at the same speed as well?
I would say so. I would hope so.
And this?
And this is
the German version. It's the Opel Blitz.
Der perfekte Opel Blitz.
Opel Blitz.
I love this.
So cool.
And
it's
I read this.
Opel.
I actually read this over and over again in messages and fora that the Germans would like the Opel Blitz. I like it.
It's an Opel. Of course you like it.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know where my heart is.
Cool.
German cars. They're something you can rely on.
It's a German engineering.
It's a German engineering. Yeah. So yes, that's a nice idea. So there you go. You see all 3 of them. Oh, that's a perfect match.
Yeah.
So every faction can look forward to using these. And I hope I didn't forget anything. Faster. Health, yeah. It's armored. It's probably better than a normal car, but it's not as good as a half-track. So you are vulnerable in these, but they have the advantages.
Aren't we all? Oh.
Yeah. Lightly armored.
Lightly armored.
We're maybe not even that. We might be like trucks.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope you like them.
Yeah.
Really cool. It's like someone was looking over our shoulders.
Yeah, it's weird. It was a weird moment when I actually saw this.
So we had a post from
Alfonso QQ.
Double Q.
Double Q.
And he wrote transport trucks.
That's not long ago. Well, no, the 6th of June.
Yeah.
That was a few days ago.
Yeah.
And he wrote this. He basically called it.
Yeah. So he wants the Opel Blitz, maybe the CCKW and the GAZ. What nice ideas to have those trucks in the game.
Your wish is our command. There you go.
And the great thing is that 90% of you guys, you agree on his post, so that's great. That's great. The 10% of you, I hope you're half satisfied. Anyways.
Yeah.
They look cooler than these actual images.
Yep. I also think you did a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, incoming information. They have 2 crates.
They have 2 crates.
Apparently.
Wow. Okay.
I actually looked up how many crates they have in the build, but they only said 1.
So every single one of them, 2 crates.
So yeah, that's exclusive information just incoming.
Yeah.
They will have 2 crates. So yeah.
More exclusive than the trucks themselves, which were just reviewed.
So yeah.
Yeah.
They're big enough for 2 crates.
Yeah.
That's great.
And 10 people. Or something like that.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's time for Da-da-da. Giveaway.
Sweet.
Let's do a giveaway.
So the giveaway.
Start.
Do you need to like say the keyword, or do people know the
exclamation mark gold?
Yeah. Scream gold.
And you will get 1,000 gold voucher from Reto.Stenum, which is kind of like even better.
Yeah, from his personal stash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
he actually subtracts it every single time, and he has to grind all week.
Grind and also make like payments. He's already in debt. He's like 1,000 gold down or something like that.
Yeah.
So
it's
he's
terrible.
Currently out doing the plates, washing.
It's running, right?
Yeah, it's running.
Is it running?
Yeah.
It is running, of course.
Keep going, guys.
Keep going.
Yeah. His stash is slowly coming.
It's slowly coming to an end.
Yeah. His Reich is.
We go on to you next. Did you get the memo?
No, I'm afraid I didn't.
No, it surely will come. It's also his candy. The candy he got, the 10 kilos of candy we actually had here, it paid for his debts. But now he's
that's right.
It paid for some of his debts.
Yeah, he's only 1,000 down.
So let's stop it.
Let's stop it.
3, 2, 1, stop. And pick a winner.
3, 2, 1, and the winner is
Pascal.
Pascal 590. Congratulations.
Say something, Pascal. Say something. Look for it.
Can I see what he writes?
Yes, you will see what he writes.
Okay.
Would you write something, Pascal? Yeah.
I think he's here. I hope he's here. 1,000 gold.
Come on.
I would.
Oh my God.
I would wait for the.
Yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations! You just won a 1,000 gold voucher, which Splixen will send to you soon. Show the bot window. There you go. It's not ragged. We did this. Just so you see it.
Yeah, I didn't cheat.
So, that was the giveaway. What do we have now? That's fine. Today's shout out goes to Orange Sherbet. And that's the only one we shout out to this week.
Mm-hmm.
But, well done. So what did we talk about today? We talked about the news, the name of the e-update, Everhart, and the squad updates, of course, from this week. If you want to know more about this, go to news.heroesandgenerals.com, and it's the first entry. We did a giveaway just now, and he's glad.
Congratulations.
And if you missed the beginning, you can watch it on YouTube, latest by tomorrow. We're also going to post it on Facebook, and follow us on the Twitch channel. I shall point to my right on this Twitch channel. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and Steam, and of course at heroesandgenerals.com. And we'll be back on Friday the 24th of June, so in 2 weeks. See you then. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.